Sophie Cunningham's response to all this, in terms of her tweets, like, if you guys didn't see Sophie Cunningham's retweets, Sophie Cunningham obviously responded with the shrug Instagram post, but has responded to the petition by just retweeting a freaking post about her jersey being sold out. That is a response. That is quote tweeting the petition. Like, that is the best way of going about it.
They launched a petition to ban Sophie Cunningham like she's some Marvel supervillain. But instead of apologizing, Sophie dropped a highlight reel with extra sauce. No tears, no backpedal, just receipts, attitude, and a mic drop so loud it shook the WNBA. Forget damage control. This was diva-level domination, and cancel culture just got flipped into comedy gold.
Lads, I need to talk about this right here. So yesterday's game was obviously funny. Yesterday's game was obviously crazy. But have you guys not seen the petition? The petition, lads. So if you guys didn't see, obviously, there is the Dallas Wings fan page. Take the All-Star game out of Indiana. I'm serious. This is about player safety. Dude, don't worry. Neither JC or Marina's making the All-Star team. Players will be safe. The only player on the Dallas Wings that's going to make the All-Star team is Paige.
She saw the petition, laughed mid-lunge, and retweeted it like fan mail. Because Sophie isn't just unbothered. She thrives on the drama like it's her pre-game protein shake. They tried to cast her as the villain in some overhyped soap opera, and she leaned in with energy that screamed, "You rang? This isn't redemption. This is retaliation, with glitter and a crossover."
All-Star break in Indiana, and I'm like, man, Dejanay Carrington needs to work her way back into the starting lineup for the worst team in the WNBA before she even thinks about being an All-Star this year. But yeah, it is hilarious. It is absolutely hilarious.
And that retweet? It wasn't just a share. It was a royal decree from the Queen of Petty Land. The digital version of cracking her knuckles and saying, "Let's dance." If you thought Sophie would shrink under outrage, you're new here. She doesn't fold. She retaliates, with fire, tempo, and a side-eye sharp enough to slice glass.
Now everybody knows who Sophie Cunningham is. Everybody wants a piece of Sophie Cunningham. Her jersey is the #1 selling jersey in the WNBA. Sold out. Now, why is that significant? I'll tell you. Because her jersey surpassed the all-time woman, Caitlin Clark. The most popular woman ever in the WNBA, Caitlin Clark, got her jersey surpassed by Sophie Cunningham. Why? Because Sophie Cunningham stood up for Caitlin Clark.
The petition itself? Pure pro-clutching hysteria. Fans begging for bans like it's dystopian American Idol, except instead of singing, you get canceled for being too confident. But Sophie isn't dirty. She's reactive. Chaos is random. Consequences earned. And most of the time she's not starting it, she's finishing it with interest and spice.
So I'm not the only one that feels this way. I'm not the only one that feels this way. I'm just saying. Sophie Cunningham stood on business. So all these damn petitions and all these little stupid things they're trying to do, these little freaking fines, we don't care about none of that. Now, just like Rachel said, your boy John Liquidator, I'm not condoning any violence whatsoever. But what I can tell you is that Sophie Cunningham stood on business and did the human thing to do.
Mess with her teammates and Sophie goes medieval. One wrong breath near her squad and she's a freight train fueled by loyalty. It's not fouls, it's family. That's why she's suddenly the WNBA's most unlikely fan favorite. Not for the Caitlin Clark diehards, but for everyone else. Sophie's the anti-hero. Linebacker energy, meme lord Twitter fingers, and zero tolerance for hypocrisy. Cinderella story? Sure, if Cinderella body-checked defenders and sneakers while rewriting the headlines with vengeance.
Now everybody knows who Sophie Cunningham is. Everybody wants a piece of Sophie Cunningham. Her jersey is the #1 selling jersey in the WNBA. Sold out. Now, why is that significant? I'll tell you. Because her jersey surpassed the all-time woman, Caitlin Clark. The most popular woman ever in the WNBA, Caitlin Clark, got her jersey surpassed by Sophie Cunningham. Why? Because Sophie Cunningham stood up for Caitlin Clark. She did.
The double standards drip from the rafters. When Fever players play physical, it's called gritty. But when Sophie clears space with her shoulder, suddenly it's a felony. Sheldon bulldozed her with a lowered shoulder, weaponized contact, and Sophie answered with balance, fire, and calibration. Not aggression. Not war crimes. Just an enforcer resetting the scales. She never asked to be the rebel sweetheart. She just wanted fairness. But once she saw the bullies weren't leaving, she decided to swing back, on and off the court.
Guess whose jersey sold out today? The one and only Sophie Cunningham, aka the Enforcer and Caitlin Clark's bodyguard. Sophie Cunningham defended the face of basketball, and America was in love. I've honestly never seen so many people agree on one thing on Twitter, and they did last night. And also realizing that you wouldn't want to fight Sophie Cunningham after seeing this headlock.
Off the court? Sophie's a one-woman comedy roast. That retweet was just the start. Her feed is now a curated gallery of clapbacks, memes, and eye-roll emojis, Picasso-level shade. And it's working. Fans flip the script. Jerseys selling. TikTok's blowing up. Suddenly Sophie's not a villain, she's a vibe. She doesn't need PR. She's the backlash. The haters keep spiraling, but the louder they scream, the bigger her cheers get. Every highlight clip plays like a trailer for the sequel to Atomic Blonde. Every game is a showdown, passion versus pro clutching.
It was all game, folks. All game. Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever were getting checked. All game. The Indiana Fever were getting punked. All game. The referees let this physical style of basketball continue and continue and continue and continue and continue and continue. And eventually, Sophie Cunningham had enough. Oh yeah. Sophie Cunningham had enough, folks. Shout out to Sophie Cunningham. We wanted somebody like this that said, I'm tired of this. I'm trying to step up. It's time to step up. We're not going to get punked anymore. We're not going to get pushed around anymore. We're not going to get treated like a little sister anymore, like a little brother anymore. We are going to start being the ones that say, you know what? We're not going to start the fight, but we damn sure will finish the fight. Sophie